My story is that when I my PhD is in physics, and then I taught physics in Southern California, and then I married a woman. She's the one that I went to Leningrad from Helsinki. There was a communist youth festival in Helsinki, and then that's not far actually from Leningrad. And we took a bus, and that was Sally. And Sally was from Berkely, and so then when I got a job, and then we came and we traveled, blah blah. But then we got married, and then for 14 years I was in Southern California, but we would spend a lot of summers in Berkely, including the Summer of Love and the hippies and the dreamers, when there was, with drugs a little bit here and there, marijuana or whatever. There was a clear ambition that this was the way of the future. These were the revolutionaries. Many of them went to Sonoma County, went to Marin County, and they made little farms, little kibbutz, they figured they could become farmers or something. And it failed. And then there was fighting. But there was a number of years where, this was in the 60s, the late 60s, where the idealism of the young kids, and I was young at that point, was very ambitious of how to make a different world. But they didn't plan it well. It was a failure. It turned out to be a failure. That things got violent because of Vietnam. Anyway, but I lived through those times, and what I'm seeing now is little cultures like what you're telling me about in the Russian River area and north of here, where they do go back to some of these dreams, communes, communal living, etc., etc. So something like that has to happen, and I'm supportive of trying to, but it has to be done more intelligently than in the past, and it has to couple in with society somehow. So I'm happy to somehow be involved, so I thank you for your invitation. I'm very interested in, that's what, I showed you my little card, which says, my hobby is building bridges between science and religion, humanities, and science and psychic phenomena, and one of my paths, and that's what I'm doing here in this meeting, is multiple interpretations of quantum mechanics, of how that scientific theory can become a platform of people listening to each other. So that's my little history.
Good.